Hey, what's up, Attack? I'm Skyline Shore, and let's review Path of Exile. This is actually just the first impressions. I've just started playing this game, and wow, have I really been missing out. If you have not been playing this game, you've been missing out. For one, the immersion is actually really good. And yes, there's a lot of arcade elements in the game, I know. It's very loot-based, there's a lot of sort of arcade systems in it, but really each of the mechanics, each of the gameplay mechanics really intertwines with RPG elements, and it really feels like you are building a character, you are having an adventure, and you are doing things. You really feel like you're progressing through the game. That's what you want in an RPG, and that's what Path of Exile does. In fact, I think Path of Exile is just a prime example of an action RPG. Absolutely fantastic. And this is going to be for people who like games like Torchlight or Diablo. And you know, in fact, even if you don't play games like that like me, I'm going to suggest it to you because for me, I'm having a lot of fun with this. This game though is mature and it probably is for more hardcore players. It even says on their website that this game is geared for hardcore players with things like PvP and competitive solo runs and PvE content. So yes, it is for hardcore players, but it is just so much fun. What drew me in first, my first impressions, was the voice acting, the storytelling. That's what got me. As a role-playing experience, I really was hoping that, well, I had no idea this game was so good, so I just thought I was going to run in, have a bunch of combat and action and gore, and just kind of, you know, it'd be a spectacle kind of thing. And trust me, the game is spectacle. It's very pretty. Well, it's actually kind of grotesque, but, you know, it's pretty in that dark sense. And I thought it was just going to be that, but no, I actually came in here and there was really good dialogue, like exceptionally good dialogue. They really nailed down some really unique characters, and then the voice acting was actually really good too. So I got drawn into this. I love the questing in the game. It doesn't feel AFK worthy. No, you actually feel like you're going around and discovering things and doing things, and that's what's really important. That's what has me really excited to actually keep playing this game. So yes, let's talk about some of these mechanics that make this game so immersive. Well, for one, if you've ever played Final Fantasy X, there is a talent tree system called the Sphere Grid system, and this game pretty much has that times 1,000,000 infinity. It's absolutely insane the amount of progress that you can make with your character. As you level up, you get this Sphere Grid-like talent tree, which you can traverse and upgrade your characters. Each character starts at a different point on this, and you just sort of move through it, and you level up. And I love that idea. I love the complexity of it. It just feels so rich. It really does. It lets you immerse with your character and lets you become your character as you go on a journey and build him up. And that also goes with the itemization, because this game is based around items. There are items that you can find of varying qualities with random different effects and things like that. So you might find a shield that's exactly the same shield as you found before, but with totally different quality, totally different effects. Maybe it adds fire damage, whatever. And then also there's different sockets, because this game, the abilities are actually, they come from items themselves. So yes, items are a big part of this game. You get abilities through gems, which you socket into your different armors, and different armors, different weapons, have different sockets. So this is really interesting. This is a really interesting concept. Each class doesn't just have abilities. You actually itemize your abilities. You itemize your talents. You pretty much can itemize different gem effects, so they affect other gems, so then your abilities have extra effects. And the game is just, it's all about items. And what's really cool is there's no like one currency to the game, so the whole economy, PvE, and then also multiplayer is all about trading and bartering. So you're trading all these rare and exotic items, and then you're also trading items that change other items. It's really complex, it's really cool, and it might seem, it might seem hard to understand at first, but really, I feel like I'm on a roll. I just started the game, and I feel like I have a grasp of it all. So it's not too complicated, there's not too much noise everywhere, the UI is really clean, everything's really clean, it's really easy to understand the game, and I think they do a really good job at pacing and introducing you to everything. So the combat feels great, absolutely fun combat. It's you know, basically like Diablo, Torchlight, you know, something like that, but the controls are really good. Really fast, really responsive, nothing too clunky, and the game looks good too. And let's talk about the aesthetic and the mood. Excellent, absolutely excellent. They have this perfect package of an RPG. I think this is one of the best games, and it being free to play makes it just fantastic. So many people are playing this, so many people are enjoying this game, and I'm surprised that I haven't played this sooner. I mean, I've had it downloaded, I didn't have anybody to play with, but that's something I want to talk about. The solo play is actually really good. And it might even be a little bit better depending on your playstyle or how you feel about games. The solo play is actually kind of horrifying. There are elements of horror, and this game is dark. So going in alone does actually feel really good. It feels really rewarding when you overcome challenges. But the co-op is there too. There's co-op, and with how you can build your characters pretty much any way you want, it's just really fantastic. Every time you join a party, probably going to be a totally different experience each time. And then there is PvP. And what's really cool is this game is for hardcore players, so they actually have sort of these competitive PvE runs, and then they have different modifiers for these different races, where like sometimes you can invade other people's servers, you can, sometimes the mobs will be stronger. And then there's a competitive PvE scene, and there's a competitive PvP scene. So Path of Exile, I can't see why it wouldn't be popular. It's a fantastic game. I should have played it sooner, and if you haven't downloaded it yet, it's free to play. You should try it. You should spend 10 minutes in this game, and then you're probably gonna get hooked. Though the game is more mature, so if you are younger, or if you want to play with someone younger, maybe you might want to go for something else. You might want to purchase Torchlight or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But Path of Exile is more mature, but that's kind of awesome. It does very well with its dark mood, its gore, its everything. I very much enjoy the scenery that it paints. So yes, guys, Path of Exile, the different abilities are really fun to use, leveling up your character. The only gripe I have is that you can't really cosmetically customize your character other than choosing different armors and stuff. There is stuff in the shop where you can have different effects, but yeah, speaking about the shop, it's all just cosmetic. So don't worry about, pay to win. It's nothing like that. It's all just cosmetic effects and everything. But when you do start the game, you can't cosmetically customize your character, which, I like doing that kind of stuff. I very much relate to blonde characters. I like blonde characters. Girl or guy, doesn't matter. I relate to blonde characters because I'm blonde. That's just my thing. So, it was a little bit disappointing that I couldn't pick a blonde character or customize my character to have different features that I can relate to. But it is cool, though. It is a role-playing game. So I got in the mindset of my Shadow, which is the archetype hero that I chose. And like I said, even though you do choose an archetype hero, and they have their own background story and everything, you can still build and do whatever you want with your character. So, Path of Exile. It's a really interesting role-playing game. I don't have many negatives about it at all. It's pretty much all good. It's just a very good package all in all. Great game. I suggest it to everyone. Thanks for listening, guys. I was really honest here. Hopefully you guys heard that, and hopefully you guys enjoy the game as well. And if you do play it, leave it in the comments why you do. Again, I'm Skyland Shore with MMO Attack, and see you guys around.